Welcome to another episode of A New Educational Paradigm. The Collective Nine sits down with Jamal Muhammad of People Helping People to discuss education, entrepreneurship, and financial literacy. Thank you, Jamal, for sitting down with us today for the interview. Before we go ahead and get into this, can you just kind of tell us a little bit about who you are?
Oh, absolutely. Thank you, Brother Troy, for having me. But again, I'm Jamal Muhammad. I'm an entrepreneur. Been in business for myself over a decade, so over 10 years. Been in business for myself as an entrepreneur in the most lucrative, profitable industry in America, financial services. So, we really enjoy recruiting new, ambitious, motivated people that want to become entrepreneurs. We're living in the entrepreneurs era now. So, my daily practice is really helping people become business owners, entrepreneurs, doing something for self so that at some point in life they can have something that they can call their own. So I'm an entrepreneur and a businessman, a father, all of the above.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Sir. So, of course, the perspective in which we usually come from, and some people sometimes may think it's a little strange, but my focus is really on education. And some would think that's strange, you're sitting down with somebody who's an entrepreneur. But the thing is that everything that we're doing, there's a value and importance of education. And depending on what goes in will determine what goes out.
Yes, sir.
So want to start off the three questions that I ask, usually start off with everybody. What is the purpose of education? What should it do for our people, in particular our community? And what are some things that you think should be in a curriculum so that we can achieve those results? So we'll go ahead and start with the first one. From your perspective, what is the purpose of education?
Very good. I'm a strong proponent of knowledge. I'm a strong proponent of education. People learning, right? And they say that to learn thyself is really the most important thing that one can learn. But from an education standpoint in America, we do support education and support that people go to school to learn whatever field of endeavor that they would like to learn. We're in the business of financial education. We're in the business of people becoming financially literate. According to the statistics, most people that work jobs, over 36% of people in America today do not have $1,000 in savings or investments that they can get their hands on for retirement. It's not only due to the fact that a lot of people, 2 out of 3, 66% of America earn less than $41,000, but it's what we do with the money that we make. Are we financially educated? Have we been taught the rules of money? Have we been taught how to retain money? Have we been taught how to grow it? So we're more into financial education, which I think is primary important for us to have a sustainable life. Because as you know, we could learn the rules of basketball, but a man wouldn't come outside with a helmet on and cleats to play basketball. That means he wouldn't know the rules, or he wouldn't be educated in that area. And so we teach people the rules of money, how to retain it, how to grow it, and we think that's of paramount importance. Education is extremely important. And again, we specialize in teaching financial education so our people can become financially literate.
Thank you. That kind of goes to the next question, but before, one of the things that you said that's really important, one of the principles that I've been looking at with the Collective, which is the organization I'm a part of, is that, in many instances, education should do at least three things from my perspective, and that's it should help benefit you as an individual, it should help you and your family, and the third one is it should empower you to make some contribution to your community. And one of the things that you said in your explaining education is that, the importance of literacy and financial literacy. And many people go to school with MBAs, with PhDs and all of these things, and they still come out not being able to do those things. You got a PhD in whatever, and you're still not able to do that. So can you kind of talk about the difference from just going to school and you're an entrepreneur?
Yes.
So even if you didn't have any degrees, it would be more valuable for someone who actually has the experience of being in business, teaching about business versus somebody in the class. So can you kind of talk about?
Well, I can be a surgeon. So I'm a doctor of medicine, but I don't necessarily mean I know finance. I'm a lawyer. I could be a doctor of law, but that doesn't mean I necessarily know finance. Again, back to your original question, we support education. So to be a lawyer, doctor, engineer, you need to go to school, right? But to become a business person or an entrepreneur, to learn the rules of money, you don't necessarily have to go to school per se, but you could be taught by mentors or other successful people. They say if you want to become wealthy, study the wealthy. If you want to become successful, pattern yourself after people that's been successful. And so it's important for me. Yeah, it's important for my immediate family, but I get extreme gratification by helping our culture, by helping our people, because I think that historically we've been deprived of Wall Street, or deprived of LaSalle Street, and so from a cultural perspective, we're in America. This is a capitalistic economy, okay? It's ruled by money. So we say outside of God and family, money is important. It may not be as important as oxygen itself, but it's a close second. And so when I got in the industry 10 years ago, I knew that I would go to a home or have a man or have a meeting. Here's a man to make $400,000 in income. Here's a 3-car garage, his Range Rover, Mercedes-Benz, BMW. But his expenses and his expenditures is $450,000. Why? Because he hasn't been taught how to manage his money. Here's a person that went to school as a PhD or a master's degree in education or in science or mathematics or engineering, but they're steeped in debt. 6 out of 10 families today have no life insurance protection. 7,296 people today die with no savings or have no savings at all. Debt in America is in the trillions of dollars. So we're interested in building and showing people how to build a financial house. Doesn't matter necessarily if you're going to school, formal school. I went to Morehouse, or I went to Chicago State or UCLA. Good for you. But were you taught the rules of physiological needs, how to feed yourself, food, clothing, and shelter, and how to save money, make money, get out of debt, protect your family, and grow money for the future to be able to create generational wealth? That doesn't necessarily have to be taught in school. That could be taught by me, and we do that on a daily basis. I've touched over 5,000 people, made them entrepreneurs in the last several years. We've helped so many families protect their families. God forbid something would happen to them. We could take a check for $250,000, $500,000, $1 million to help them continue the lifestyle that they wanted for their family when they were here. See, the wealthy man, he buys $1 million, $2 million of protection for his family. He passes away. They pay off the house. They pay off the cars. The children can go to private school. In poor people neighborhoods and neighborhoods where we haven't been financially educated, our people die and the repo man come take the car. The home get boarded up. The children have to go live with great grandma. And that's a lifestyle or a trajectory that we want to change. And so I know that financial education, again, and financial literacy, Brother Troy, is an answer to changing the dynamics and the way our communities are set up. Mm-hmm. See, the wealthy man, years and years ago, great-great-grandpa, he taught financial education around the kitchen table. And then he taught his children, and then they taught their children, and then you have generational wealth. And so somebody has to break the chain of poverty, and we're interested in doing so, and it doesn't matter where you went to school.
Right. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you. And you already kind of answered it, even in the first question. You answered really all of them, but I'm still going to bring up those other two and let you maybe highlight a few points in it. So you begin to address, or you actually kind of covered it, but so what should we be looking for, the type of education that you're talking about, what should we be looking for to be able to do for our community? You talk about generational wealth and those things, but can you just highlight those a little bit more?
See, we want to be able to build a community, right? And the basis of building any community is land. right? It's the basis of all economic development. But within a geographical area, there's businesses. There's entrepreneurs, the people that make up the business, people that make up that community. And so the interest is to be able to build business so that we can invest in our own communities, learn about the rules of commerce, learn about the rules of insurance, learn about the rules of annuities, learn about the rules of saving money, growing your money. And I'm just suggesting that you can have all of the knowledge that you have in all of the other areas, but the knowledge of money in America is paramount. It's just only right that we know how to protect our families. Too many families die with no protection on their families. So many people are stooped down in debt because they've been haven't known the rules of how credit card companies work. So an inclusive program is what we show our clientele, show our partners. We recruit other people to get into the most lucrative, profitable space in America, which is the financial service world. I don't take anything away from the lawyer, the doctor, the engineer, the carpenter, the janitor, the computer science guy, but our lot is to share with people how to increase their cash flow, how to protect their family with the proper insurance protections, how to grow money, how to save money, and ultimately take advantage of the, in a positive way, of the system in America where entrepreneurs is bred, entrepreneurs are born, and just so happen we're sitting here now, we're in the entrepreneurs era. So again, it's just vitally important for our community if we want to build it and have a sustainable communities in the future, that our people become financially literate and financially educated. And that's our role.
Thank you. And we'll go ahead and just go on that last question I talked about, which of course you've already covered many of those things, but if we could be a little more specific on if you had the power to determine that these are the things, these are some specific principles, not just in the general entrepreneur, but some specific principles of business or finance, what would those principles be that you would include in education for everybody?
Very good. So so they say an American dream now is not really owning your own home, but owning your own business. Okay. So some principles is we show people how to build a financial house. Principle number one, you got to know how to build a house. So you have to have knowledge on building that house. So principle number one is financial education, financial knowledge. How does money really work in America? So we teach the rules of how does it work? How does commerce work? How does trade and commerce work? How do you retain it? How do you grow it? What vehicles do you put it in? So the first is financial education. The second principle is to protect your family with life insurance protection. When building a home, the most important part of building a home is its foundation. So our family is our foundation. We must protect our foundation with the proper life insurance protection. So principle number two is to protect your foundation with the proper life insurance protection. In building a home, you have to know how to get out of debt, right? So you get a loan from the bank and you pay down the loan 20, 30 years. Using the rule of 72, compound interest, the bank makes money. So when building this financial house for ourselves, we have to know how to get out of debt, right? When to pay the debt off, how to pay it off, all of those things. So principle number three is becoming debt-free. Principle number four is saving money. If I'm building a financial house, it can grow what they call equity in the home, and people refinance and things of that nature, use the money. Well, in building a financial house, Brother Troy, we teach people how to save money over a long period of time using the rule of 72. Albert Einstein said compound interest is like the eighth wonder of the world. You take the number 72, you divide it by the interest rate, the answer is the number of years it takes your money to double. We're teaching people how to build financial homes. Principle number one, you got to know how to do it. Principle number two, you want to protect this foundation. Principle number 3, you want to know how to get out of debt of that home. And principle number 4, it can grow its equity. Again, we teaching people how to build financial houses so they can have something sustainable for themselves and their offsprings.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Just want to give you an opportunity before we close out. Is there anything else you want to share? And especially how people can get in contact? Because I know you didn't say it all. We don't have a lot of time, but I know there's definitely more you could share. So if people are interested in getting in contact with you, how do they do that? And any closing words from you?
Absolutely. Well, you obviously can find me on Facebook, Jamal Muhammad. We have several offices. One of our hub or stationary offices is here in Chicago, in the Beverly area. So you can come see us and sit down. We'll give you a free financial analysis, a free strategy, a roadmap to accomplishing their goals and dreams. So yeah, absolutely. You also can give us a call. Call Jamal, 312-877-6445. And we'd like to sit down with people again, show them a roadmap to financial independence, and give them an opportunity in the greatest country in America where entrepreneurs are born so that they can have a chance to do something for themselves in what we now know as an entrepreneur's era. Even the President of the United States right now, he's never been a mayor, never been a senator, never been a congressman, never been in the House of Representatives, but he's an entrepreneur. We don't have anything to do with Democrat, Republican, Tea Party, agree or disagree. The time in which we're living in is an entrepreneur's era where it's been changed from the days of going to school for 4 years, working 40 hours for $40,000. That business model doesn't sustain us like it once did. We're now in free enterprise with competition rules. We're getting paid based on performance, not trading time for dollars. We're teaching people how to do something for themselves so they don't have to beg anybody else for $10, $25 an hour, go picket for minimum wage, but show people how to have unlimited income potential, compete in the marketplace, and let their skills and performance rule the day. And again, we're in an entrepreneur's era, promoting, marketing people to go in business for themselves, but not by themselves as entrepreneurs. So again, Facebook at Jamal Muhammad, and again, 312-877-6445. Call Jamal.
Thank you, Brother Jamal.
Thank you so much.
This probably won't be the last time that we talk.
I hope not.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel at The Collective 9. Subscribe to the Facebook at The Collective 9 and Twitter 9 The Collective. And visit the website thecollective9.org. I appreciate your support.